the actual spelling of it. It's a cool looking ship. What am I shooting at? Where did those come from? Not entirely sure where those came from. Is there anything else over here? Does not appear to be. That south side can die. I don't really care about the south side. It does count for your objective, I think, but it's only a few buildings, so it's not really going to cripple you. The main thing to protect is this blob over here. Because lasers!
Enemy ship sunk.
Almost all of the German Navy from World War II is on the seabed of Scapa flow. That's actually kind of interesting.
Fire on deck.
Also, I'm on fire. Aquila carriers actually have a chance of launching halberds. That one doesn't appear to have halberds, but
Enemy ship sunk.
keep that in mind. They also have lasers, apparently. That's the thing.
Reverse engine. Enemy aircraft
Whoop.
carrier sunk.
Whoop.
Full speed ahead.
Sink
Secondary
6 enemy
objective
battleships.
added. Enemy reinforcements
Okay.
spotted. Enemy battleship sunk.
I'm on fire. Can I stop being on fire?
Fire and
I'll just
ammo
explode. That's pretty much the same thing as not being on fire anymore, in my opinion.
depot. Beginning repairs.
Viagra comes from the Latin for man,
Repairs complete. Arming
to which the
weapons.
suffix ago
Full
is
speed
added,
ahead.
which regenders it as a female. What? It means a female man.
Ready
Interesting.
to attack.
Where did those parts go? Or did they disappear? I guess they must have disappeared. There's also something down here. I wish I could see that far to figure out what the heck it was. It's a single ship moving south, it looks like. And as much as I would like to chase that down and shoot what was likely a penguin down, with treasure on it, we don't have the speed for that. Unless I can target it from here. Which is looking fairly unlikely, because it keeps targeting that. No, not you. Penguin! Maybe I can blow it up from here and the thing will actually stay long enough. I kind of doubt it. We'll shoot some shots at it and then just leave it. There's some dudes over here. Somewhere. There they are. Found them. All like 50 million of them, apparently. DD Girl Man. Suppose that does sound vaguely Japanese. If you want to go really weird there.
Enemy ship sunk. Enemy ship
Also,
sunk.
Espritz are from the original game. I imagine most of these boats are actually in the original game.
Enemy
Espritz
ship
are like the
sunk.
first thing you fight in the original game. They also do a lot of damage. Everything does a lot of damage in the original game. It's ridiculous.
Enemy ship sunk.
The amount of damage everything in that game does. When you first start the game, if you get hit by a torpedo, which happens a lot for me because I'm garbage, it does like 50 damage, which is like a third of your health bar.
Moderate damage.
And repairs are slower in that game, so mid-battle repairs and
Enemy
no.
ship sunk. Enemy ship sunk.
Torpedoes are faster. Apparently aircraft are like OP as all heck in that game. Which makes me sad that they're not OP as all heck in this game, but whatever. Please don't blow up Scapa Flow. I can see you over there. Nuremberg. And your nonsensical radar jamming. One of them appears to not have radar jamming. Maybe it's the battleship.
Enemy ship sunk. Enemy battleship sunk.
I shot way too many
Secondary
shots.
objective complete.
We win! We don't actually win yet, but we win anyway. None of those are gonna hit. I don't even know why I'm bothering to shoot them. This is why Scapa Flow's a graveyard. Possibly, yes. That's a carrier. That's the thing I should probably deal with.
Enemy ship sunk.
Quite frankly, considering it's shooting lasers and firing aircraft at my buildings. Firing aircraft at my buildings. These aircraft are launched out of cannons. Now better than ever. I wish you would die sometime today.
Enemy aircraft carrier sunk. Secondary Secondary
Oh, there he
objective
is.
complete.
I knew there was another cruiser somewhere. Captain, we win, but not quite yet. Because I want to check something. He's either dead or gone. Quick scan doesn't see any parts. I'm gonna go with he's probably gone. Hi, Flash. Or the parts disappeared. I don't remember hearing transport destroyed at any point. Those are planes because they have smaller dots. There's like a square wave going on there. What's up with that? I don't know, whatever. PS2, doesn't matter. It's probably not even rendering the waves that far out and you're just seeing underneath the ocean. I don't see anything, so it's gone or we lost it.
Mission
So
complete. Now,
alas.
let's leave the area.
we will leave without it. Our ship will now enter Herpder. Prepare to hear that jingle a whole lot of times. Ashrock. Ashrock 1 of all things. The tea reinforcements have arrived. Rejoice and drink some tea with me. Delicious tea. Anyway, this is actually a new mission, I think. So we'll run through the dialogue here relatively quickly. It's the island to the northwest of Britain. They say the Wilkians' ancestors crossed to the New World from there before making it to the Far East. Interesting history there. Indeed! Everyone likes super weapons. You have to actually play the game 3 times if you forgot to actually unlock all the missions. Because each path has unique missions, and some of them have unique drops that you can only get from that mission. Which kind of sucks, but, you know. It's got 1,500 parts, some of them have to be hard to get. I guess Wilkians are apparently Scandinavian. Oh, it's this mission. I know this mission. We use a submarine to get in there. Herp, derp, derp, der, 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 der. That's literally all there is to it, so I'm just gonna skip the rest of it. Go there in a submarine, do things. We have a good submarine for this already, although I could probably upgrade the engine. I'll just take what we've got. Insert your agents of doom.
Full speed ahead. All hands alert.
Secondary objective added.
Now, you can't be discovered by the enemy. The easiest way to do this is to go really deep. But you still have to avoid them, which makes this mission really sucky. As in, like, probably one of the worst missions. Because they have freaking submarine nets everywhere, which is always great fun. Also, I'm really slow underwater, which is always great fun. There's a thing somewhere up here. There it is, a torpedo launcher. Which which I hopefully can kill. It may be around the other side of the mountain. Not mountain, the terrain there. It is on the other side. So kind of skim around.
Detected. All hands to stations.
Yeah, enemy sonar. Shut up. Which basically means I'm detected, but it doesn't actually count. I'm too deep to launch, but the stupid torpedo launcher isn't. Should be plenty. I actually need to stop going that way, because that's where the sonar is. We have to go right there. I don't remember if we have to escape from here. Do nuclear sub-engines let you go fast underwater? We have a nuclear sub-engine, and no, it's just hard-coded. It's hard-coded to take like 50%. It's hard-coded to take like 50% of your speed off when you're underwater. I don't know the route of this fleet that's like right next to me. The deeper you are, the less likely you are to get found. So usually just being deep is enough to actually evade it. But you can't shoot when you're really deep, so you can't clear the mines, which are exploding, which makes it really obvious that there's something here when all of your mines explode. Go back down. Something shot at me. Did they shoot at me? They very well may have shot at me. We've been discovered, you pile of trash. Well. Oh well. It's cool. I got this. I can't tell if I'm like grinding on the ocean bottom because I can't see anything underwater.
All hands to stations.
Shut up. The only real reason you're not supposed to be detected is that means they follow you around, and it makes it kind of hard to deposit our agents inside the enemy. I may as well just surface and kill these dudes. Not surface, but you know what I mean. It makes the mission a lot easier when they don't know you're there, basically. That's the ocean bottom, which appears to be glitching out.
Enemy sonar detected. All hands to stations.
I got this, guys, don't worry.
Enemy reinforcements spotted.
The planned landing point. Stuff just spawned right next to me. Can I
all hands to surface stations.
Do this without dying?
Reverse engine.
Please don't shoot me. I have to deposit 60 people. They're firing missiles at me. I don't know if I approve of the, They're having a heck of a hard time hitting me with them. Time to sit here for 5 minutes, apparently. Oh, that's gonna hit me.
Light damage.
28 damage. They don't shoot too often, and they don't do much damage. Day 37. Can you people just get off this submarine faster? Like more than one at a time would be fantastic. Insertion complete. Time to pull out. And we can't just get out of this mission, and I'm not going back to get stuff. Bollocks to that mission. I don't care about it. The enemy's not pursuing us. Hooray! And we're gonna get basically nothing for that. Because I did basically nothing. I like doing basically nothing. It's the only real way to get ahead in life. Do basically nothing. And this is a mission we've already seen. You can actually get through the whole campaign if you skip all of the mission text quite rapidly. As in, there's really nothing slowing you down, except for some of the missions that have timers on them. To battle with the Soul Ripper, not the empty slot. Tee up, gentlemen. I already drank some of my tea.
All hands alert.
Oh, it's this mission. This might be terrible, this might be alright. I think there's like 17 aircraft carriers. Approximately. It's the same mission that I was actually using to grind for funding, which is good that we have it on EL2 now, because more funds. Downside is everyone has lasers now, including apparently the carriers,
Secondary
because
objective added.
why not? My carrier has a laser, or had a laser before I deleted it, so why not theirs? There's some of them. And there's the planes. The planes have already begun. Look at just the sky full of planes over here. I wish I could read your name so I knew what you were, good sir. So I think the basic strategy here, depending on what these ships are... Yaguma... Yeah... Basic strategy is just going to be to shoot them from relative range, basically. So I don't have to get into the thick of this nonsense that is going to be them firing a billion missiles at me when I don't have a gravity shield.
Enemy battleship sunk.
Also prepare for the world's lowest frame rate. Because, yeah. World's lowest frame rate, that's scary.
Enemy ship
There's
sunk.
really nothing I can do about it. It actually runs worse on an emulator, if you can imagine that. This mission would probably be running at like 10 frames a second or lower, which is surprisingly worse.
Light damage.
It's amazing that it is worse, but it is. Wish the lock-on would shoot the things next to me. It's taking its sweet time shooting things next to me, but whatever.
Enemy ship sunk.
We need to get rid of some of these 74 carriers.
Enemy aircraft carrier sunk. Enemy
Approximately
aircraft carrier
74, I'm
sunk.
not sure the exact numbers,
Enemy
but
battleship sunk.
they're killing my frame rate.
Enemy ship sunk.
Not that the carriers are a threat, because we have missiles, but, you know, frame rate.
Light damage.
If I could shoot
Enemy
things
ship sunk.
faster,
Enemy ship sunk.
that'd be great.
Enemy ship sunk. Enemy ship sunk. Light damage.
There's the lasers and stupid PT boots. For the love of God, man, I can't see through the explosions and smoke and missile launchers, and that's a lot of carriers. Why are there so many carriers right here?
Enemy aircraft carrier sunk. Enemy aircraft
That's like all that's
carrier
over
sunk.
here. I win, apparently. I'm not sure why I win, but I win. We're not done yet.
Moderate damage.
Ow, ow. I wish I could target the boats, but there's too many planes. And smoke, so I don't actually know what I'm targeting 90% of the time.
Secondary objective.
We've sunk all the battleships, apparently.
Sunk.
This is news to me.
Enemy ship sunk.
I can't.
Enemy ship sunk.
I don't know what's going on, so I don't imagine you guys know what's going on.
Enemy ship sunk.
This is just a giant... I don't even know what to call this, quite frankly.
Enemy ship
Selected
sunk.
weapon reloaded.
Enemy battleship sunk. Enemy ship sunk.
I think I'm stuck on a carrier, I am.
Enemy aircraft carrier sunk. Incoming torpedo.
Oh, a torpedo! Oh no! As if there probably wasn't one already shooting me.
Enemy ship sunk.
This mission went surprisingly well, although I don't think we can actually farm the aircraft carriers here very easily yet.
Full speed ahead.
Possibly.
Enemy ship sunk.
Reverse engine. Stop engine. Full
I don't
speed
know.
ahead.
Everything's still exploding.
Enemy aircraft carrier
Those
sunk.
dudes over there. Is that all the aircraft carriers? I think it is. That was a lot of aircraft carriers. It may have been 3 fleets of aircraft carriers, so 12 aircraft carriers.
Enemy ship sunk.
That seemed like what it was to
Enemy
me,
ship
anyway.
sunk. Enemy battleship sunk.
And now it's calmed down quite a bit, since everything's mostly dead.
Light
And Moomin
damage.
has his tea, so everything is well now.
Enemy ship sunk. Enemy ship sunk.
I would be running away if I were
Enemy
you.
ship sunk.
PT boats don't care, because they're freaking PT boats, but whatever. firing lasers. As you do when you're a tiny little boat, apparently. I don't even know how they fit a laser on that boat. The boat's smaller than the laser model is. I'm imagining they don't actually have different models for these boats. They're all just the same model with different weapons on them somewhere. Because the actual physical model of that laser weapon is bigger than the boat.
Reverse engine. Full speed ahead.
Which is kind of embarrassing for the boat, but hilarious for the laser. And I believe, I've probably already missed it, but I believe the treasure on this map is actually a cargo plane that just fires straight up the middle of the map from south to north. I'm sure I missed it, because I think it comes like in the middle of the fight, but whatever. It's there. It exists. I know there's one on this map. And we can leave.
Mission complete. Now,
that went
let's
really
leave
well.
the area.
I approve of this. Yeah, the PT boats give you a nice sense of scale in terms of your battleships, because the camera doesn't really help, because you're in an ocean. Size is irrelevant when the camera is the same distance from everything. But when you go up next to a little PT boat, you can fit like 1 billion of them inside of you. Yeah, air power, whatever. No one cares about air power anymore. The new thing is battleships. Battleships. And small destroyers. That's exactly what I wanted, was a smaller destroyer. Thank you, game. And a bunch of bridges that I already had. I would like to save. Harold and Kumar reference. Desperate Alliance. Derp. That was definitely not an intentional reference. But whatever, we'll roll with it. How, out of curiosity, how small is this destroyer? Because, I mean, you really can't fit much on them anyway. Destroyer... 500... Wow, that's drastically less. That thing turns on a dime, though. Drastically less than everything else. Improved structure used to arrange ordnance on deck more effectively. Interesting. Let's plop it down real quick. It's about that big. Let's put a structure on it so we can get a reference size here. Like this thing, which doesn't actually even fit on the boat. It's a fantastic sign. How about this one? And a gun. No. Random gun go. Biggest gun we can slap on there. It's that big. So if we change it to a standard destroyer hull, what's the change here? Like that one. That's actually not that much smaller. It has a drastically reduced weight limit and it turns really well. Like, it turns really well. 11 on that turn. That's a deceiving stat, by the way. It says turn radius, so you think a smaller number would be better, but no, it's actually the opposite. That's probably a translation issue right there. But bigger number, better turning ability, essentially. I mean, like, battleships have a turn radius of like 5. So. But it's not really that much smaller. It is pretty small. Maybe we'll make a really tiny one of those with a bunch of missile launchers on it at some point. But not for now. We should probably check our R&D. Protect the Brest fleet. Exactly. I like protecting things that die really easily. Sign me up for that. We have 54% of crap researched. And I still have nothing to research 90% of the time. Out of curiosity, since we got that hole. Anything new? No. I don't know why I bothered, since most of the actual in-game holes aren't actually on the R&D page. More power? No. Game, why you no give me stuff? I want research. You refuse to let me research things. 3D imaging radar. Fish detection system. Hull, I can detect your fish now. I don't actually know what the point of this is. It raises underwater search ability. It only gives 8 sonar. I'd rather have sonar on there, which gives 16. Fire control system. Also not that useful. Auto-targeting radar. Increases command. Electronic targeting. So many things! Apparently Moomin enjoys the fish detection system. Multi-purpose radar? That's actually pretty good. And expensive, but whatever. Heat-seeking system is kind of bad, but whatever. How many systems are down this branch? Good God. Electronic positioning system. And that's all we can do. Which cost $500,000 to speed the process up because I'm impatient, but whatever. ECCM. Anti-jamming. I'm never going to use any of this garbage, but I'm just going to research it anyway, because I can. GPS guiding system. INS guiding system. So many guiding systems, man. And that's it. Nothing else anywhere else. There's no aircraft I can get. There's nothing to research. Blarg. The main problem is we have so much stuff researched, we just don't have the rank for it. Once we get through the second playthrough, we'll have a ton of stuff unlocked, a bunch of holes we can get. By the way, if you want to know where the treasure is in this game, it's in the very top right. Or this map, not this game. That little tiny dot in the very top right by that fleet is a transport who will eventually just leave. He just straight up goes north eventually and just leaves. So that's the thing.
Secondary objective added.
And I can actually blow up the submarines this time, so that's a good start, although they're being lasered.
Enemy ship sunk.
Pretty strong.
Enemy ship sunk.
I wish I had depth charges for that many submarines in one place, but whatever.
Enemy ship sunk.
Hopefully that covers it.
Enemy ship sunk.
Because we got destroyers to blow up apparently,
Enemy
and
ship
fish to
sunk.
detect.
Secondary objective complete.
Although not really, because I don't have a
Enemy
fish
ship
detection
sunk.
system. But if there was a fish detection system,
Enemy ship
we
sunk.
could go fishing. With cannons.
Enemy ship sunk.
As you do, I suppose, when you're a battleship.
Enemy ship sunk.
I'm a battleship in real life. I'm not actually, but you know. That's what they say when you play a girl character in MMOs, that you're a guy in real life. Well, I'm a battleship in real life, apparently. I would like a sequel to this in which you can sail with a fleet. I would too. Apparently the original game had much more allied fleet interaction in it, and from the little I played, this is in fact true. There are allied fleets that are there and do things. And they kind of removed it from this for whatever reason, I'm not sure. They didn't really work very well, so that's probably, presumably, one of the reasons. The lock-on's got broken for whatever reason. Reasons! I would love a sequel to this just in general. Quite frankly. I would be happy to have any kind of sequel at all. So... why do you turn this house, your channel, into a house of lies? I'm not a tug in real life. It's a lie, you scandalous villain! We need to call Blank in on this. He is the master of lies, so I've heard. I didn't actually see it, but apparently his Twitter got hacked. I use hacked loosely. Mine actually did as well, although it wasn't my Twitter, interestingly enough. It was the webpage I used to manage all of the social media crap at the same time, called Hootsuite. interestingly enough. I actually got into my Hootsuite account because I never actually bothered to fix the